Hey! So I've been feeling really inspired by different styles of architecture in America, and I just found it really interesting how there's so many different types of architecture. And so I was wanting to do this thing where I made a house in The Sims for every single state, which is a lot of houses built, but it sounds fun on a wheel. I put all the 50 states in a wheel and I landed on Rhode Island. So today we are doing Rhode Island as our first state. Hey, it's me again, but voiceover version. So I started this house off camera. I do not feel confident in my layout abilities, so I laid out the house by myself off camera because I wanted it to look decent before you saw it. So that's what you see here is the mostly laid out house. I'm just adding little things in. Took some inspiration from Google. I kind of had to look up average Rhode Island house because I didn't want to get those celebrity mansions. I didn't want Taylor Swift holiday house. As much as I think that's a beautiful house, I wanted it to be more representative of middle class, even if I feel like this is more upper middle class than anything. I still didn't want it to be super rich. So I took some of these reference images and I kind of turned them into this thing. I noticed a lot of balconies. I noticed a lot of gabled roofs. I really love the gable roofs that you see up north. I think it's really, really, really pretty. So I added that in my own. Also, these dormers, I kind of had a little bit of a difficult time with because I put them on the wrong level. So they were too short, too small. And it did not look good, so I had to adjust it, and they were kind of too big for my taste. They're kind of a little bit too long than I would have liked. I tried to do things to kind of fix it, and I was like, you know what? This doesn't look too great. So anyway, here I am painting the house blue, because I noticed a lot of white paneling on the side, or blue, colors, especially blue. I thought the blue looked really, really, really pretty, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to add that in my own build. And I thought it matched the vibe really well. Cats and dogs in general fits that kind of northeast style. I feel like they based it off of, that kind of part of the United States, Rhode Island, Maine, New Hampshire, all that stuff. Also, I am so excited that the wheel landed on Rhode Island because I have been watching Gilmore Girls lately, and oh my god, I'm on season 4. So I started Gilmore Girls back in 2022, and I did not finish it. I think I got to about halfway through season 2, and then I got distracted with school, so I forgot to keep watching it. And now lately, this summer, I have started watching it again, and I think almost done with season 4, or I think I just started season 4 actually. I think I just finished season 3. Anyway, obviously, Gilmore Girls takes place in Connecticut, which is up north, and I just think that it was really fun to build up north, given this Rhode Island is not Connecticut. Obviously, Gilmore Girls is less coastal than this is. This is more the cliffs and stuff like that. I don't know what the terminology for it is, but this part of the United States, part of the Northeast, it looks like that on the coast. And Gilmore Girls is much more mountainy, kind of small town, cute vibes. The other part of Brindleton Bay, it's, again, farther from the coast. So anyway, I just really loved building in this style because I think it's really cute, as challenging as it was. So you see that little nook, little bay window in the back? Yeah, that's not, the roof looks cute like that. It can't stay, which is really unfortunate because I thought it looked really, really, really nice. It looks nice with having a little bit of a roof there, but you go inside and for some reason, I think it's because I placed a platform on top of it, it clips through the wall. So unfortunately, I had to delete the roof and add in a fence, which I think worked out kind of okay because I saw a lot of those little balconies with the fences in the reference images that I was using. So I think for the most part, it was all right. Anyway, so I'm adding these little details around the exterior, but I think the exterior actually looks quite cute. I think it turned out okay considering the fact that I feel really not self-confident in my abilities with layouts. I think it turned out okay. Here I am adding a little bit of a small patio space. I thought it'd be really cute to do a little bit of like a rounded patio because I really wanted to use the new curved pools because we just got it with the Love Struck update and I've been wanting to use it like everywhere. So I was like, rounded platform, rounded pool, perfect. Perfect. Amazing. Love it. Cute. Admittedly, there is not a lot of backyard space. I will admit that. Yeah, not a lot of backyard space, but I did add a cute little bit of a fence because, you know, safety and stuff. I thought it looked nice. I also thought the little cobblestone pieces looked really cute with the blue siding. I also went into Live Edit for tons of cute plants. They have, I swear, if you want to get better at landscaping, go to Live Edit. I suggest getting the better build by mod because it kind of has it like all organized for you, so you don't have to like manually scroll through everything. That's how I got this little GUI, I guess. Like it's all organized for me, so it has really nice landscaping stuff. It has new flowers, it has more realistic looking plants like those bushes on the side, so you can kind of make things look a little bit overgrown, a little bit more natural if you don't want it to look very like suburban-y. Yeah, I thought that was I like the color scheme a lot too. I think I like the pink and I like the colorful yellows and the purples and things like that. I just think it looks really nice. And I also added some of those trees that come with cats and dogs because I love how they turn colors with the seasons. I love that. I love that they turn orange, and it's also in the environment around it, so I felt like it matched really well. And this is me adding in starting to figure out the layout on the interior, which, okay, I'm gonna be so honest with you guys, this was so embarrassing for me. I'm being so for real. I like went through maybe 2 or 3 iterations of the interior layout. Oh my god. This thing took me an embarrassing amount of time to figure out. Again, I am not confident in my layout abilities. I'm hoping that by the end of this series, I'll be a little bit more comfortable with creating my own layouts and things like that. This is practice. This is good practice for me. Especially because this is more of an open concept house. I'm not very good at laying that stuff out. But I did use the little Simsy kind of trick where you kind of like lay everything out with like the rugs and like the furniture stuff, like not necessarily furniture that you're going to use, but just to like furniture of the same size so that you can figure out where you want everything. So I did that. And it actually really did help a lot. I feel like from the planning out phase, it helps you kind of visualize where you want everything to go, especially with these open concept houses where you don't have walls to help you plan where you want things to go. So originally I had this little office nook space next to the living room, and I was like, this is kind of cramped, first of all, but this part of the house I think is okay. It's a guest room and then 2 bathrooms. I think that actually looks quite nice. It's not too big of a hallway and it leads right into the backyard. I think it looks nice. And I also think the little entryway is really cute as well. I ended up putting a little bit of a nook there that you'll see later, which I think is really cute. This is me rearranging stuff again because I just did not feel confident. I also didn't know where to put the kitchen at this point in time. I was like, where do I put this stuff? You know what I mean? Like where I had it laid out right now, no idea where to put stuff. So again, embarrassing amount of time spent redoing it because I just could not figure out where to put it. So yeah, I ended up extending the house out a little bit because I was like, I think I need a little bit more room, and I think that was a good choice because before, again, it felt a little bit cramped. So this is me adding the kitchen, like planning out where it's gonna go. Those blue cabinets are horrendous. I don't know why it's there. I mean, maybe you can make it look good. I couldn't. I don't think I could make that look good. I'm not a fan of the base game counters at all. Like, it just... I mean, the only ones that I really like are, like, the traditional looking counters and stuff. But even then, those swatches are kind of iffy sometimes. But, also, for interior decoration, I was, like, kind of struggling a little bit. Because I was kind of unsure of how to generalize the interior design. Because you can't really just look up average Rhode Island interior design because it's kind of individual for each person. And it's not like the exterior where you can kind of just look it up and it gives you a general idea of how interior design looks. So I kind of just had to go for a theme that I felt like fit the environment. And that ended up being like coastal grandma, if that makes sense. It's not grandma necessarily. It's like coastal traditional that is prevalent in some of the pictures that I did see of similar houses. It was very like creams, light blues, and then like whites, and also some patterns as well. The furniture was a bit more of a traditional style with that color scheme. So I tried to replicate that to the best of my ability with, Sims features. It was kind of hard for me to pick a color scheme at first. I was intending on... This is before I kind of picked out the coastal theme. So I was like, should I do like the blue, like the outside? And then I didn't like it. So I went back and changed it. And then I went back with the lighter color, and then I was trying to pick a rug to base the room off of, and I didn't feel happy with it. And then I found this cats and dogs couch, and I was in love with that cats and dogs couch. Loved it. I thought it was perfect. It was like that cute light cream color scheme. It had the blues. It was traditional. It was cute. Loved it. Adorable. So that was my plan for the interior. Also, I ended up moving the living room from here because I felt like it was, again, it's very cramped in there. Like, I don't know why I chose to put the living room in there. Looking back, I'm like, why did I think this was a good idea? I don't get it looking back. Thankfully, I do go back in and change that because it just doesn't really work. I'm also still debating the countertops. I'll be so for real. I am so indecisive with these kinds of things. I'm really hoping that in the future, as I build more, I will get a bit more comfortable with my decision-making skills. Because right now, they're kind of iffy. But, that's fine. I also noticed that there was like a lot of empty space that I didn't know what to do with in this hallway. I was like, I have a desk, I have the living room, I have the kitchen, I have the dining room, and I added a little bay window seating area. And I was like, it just feels really empty, and I didn't know what else to put in there because obviously you can't just put in something in the middle of a hallway. So again, this is what I mean by I struggle with open concept floor plans. I wasn't entirely sure what to put there, but eventually I figured it out I ended up moving the living room, and I had a designated office space, so that helped things out a little bit. Also, I'm so sorry about my voice. I have a cold right now, and I think I'm losing my voice. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is the part where I'm kind of realizing that I messed up a little bit with the layout. I was like, you know what? There's too much space in between everything. I was like, you know what? Something's gotta be done. I was like, the gears were turning in my head. I was like, something's not right here. And I ended up fixing it, and we get to my favorite part. Bay window, love that. Oh my god, do you know how much I would pay to like be able to sit there? I had those really cute pillows that we got from the login rewards. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I think it's so cute, and I feel like it matches really well. It's really cozy. Like, can you imagine just being able to sit there and read while your family eats dinner, or just even like getting to sit there and eat dinner? Like, you don't even have to eat at the table. You can eat there and read, and it's just really cute. It's just such a cozy little nook. I've moved things around. It's a different day. This took me, I think, maybe 2 or 3 days to finish. I think it was 2 to 3 days. And so yeah, this is new footage. That's why it kind of cuts around a little bit more. I had a better grasp on the layout at this point. I cut off that wall to make it an office space, and then I decided to put the living room next to the kitchen, so then I can put the dining room right behind it, the dining room table, and then it leads right into the hallway that leads out into the backyard, and then it also leads to the guest bedroom and the 2 hallway bathrooms. So I thought this was a lot better of a layout. It's more traditional open concept. It's less cramped. I guess you could say the living room is maybe a little bit cramped, but it was more important for me to have sitting space with the island than it was for me to have like a super big living room. I also wanted it to feel kind of cozy, so this was me doing it. I also changed the color scheme from the green pattern to the more coastal traditional grandma that I was originally having in my head. I found that swatch and I was like, that is perfect. The colors are like, the swatches are perfect. The blues, the creams, and it matches the curtains. I was kind of struggling with a rug for that color scheme, but I think the rug is okay. Even if there's a little bit of red in it, you can kind of see the red in the picture frames. So I think it works out. Also, it's kind of realistic that you can't always match everything perfectly. You know, it's The Sims. Yeah, it is how it is. I also put an archway leading into the office so that I could break up that wall a little bit better. And then I went in and added the dining room table, which I thought was adorable because it was like perfect. I was so excited because the chair style matches the style of the island, but it also has the light blue and the cream of the couch, and it just feels so cozy and traditional, like you're about to have like the best home cooked meal there. I just think it's really cute and I love it. And here I am cluttering the kitchen. I love clutter. I didn't do too much clutter in this house because it was a pretty big house. I didn't feel like doing a ton of clutter. I don't think I'm going to do a lot of clutter for any of these houses, to be honest, because it's 50 of them. 50 houses is a lot to make, so I was like, I'm going to cut down on the clutter, but I am going to do a little bit because I think it's really cute. I was also working on the entryway, which I was really excited about because I had a vision in my head of another cozy nook that I could have by the doorway. I also went in and I changed the floor colors so that it could match that coastal traditional vibe. I think the lighter wood looks a lot better than the dark wood, and it kind of helped seal the color scheme that I had in my head. I think it kind of ties it together a lot. I also really struggled with what to do for the wallpaper in general. So I feel like I suck at layouts. If there's anything I suck at more than layouts, it's picking wallpaper. I do not know what to do in The Sims. I swear, again, hopefully this is another thing that I get better at with time. Cannot figure out wallpapers. I am so bad at it. Eventually I settled on this really nice light blue paneling. I feel like it matched the color scheme and it was still kind of traditional. I also had this really cute reading nook that I was talking about earlier by the door. So you can like sit there and read, and there's like a little bit of a book and a mug, and I think that's adorable. And I feel like you see that in these older houses. Kind of see sitting spaces beside the door in the entryway. I also added these cute cubbies for people's shoes things like that. I also added some coats. I was kind of annoyed that the colors don't match. It's a little bit more pink, and it bothered me so much, but what can you do? I couldn't do anything to fix it, so I just dealt with it, and I liked the concept of it. And okay, that's another thing about The Sims. Why do none of the wood swatches match? What is up with that? Like, I understand adding new wood swatches sometimes, so it's not always going to match every single item in the game. But for the most part, shouldn't these woods look the same for them, like, generally? Anyway, I used my favorite tile in this bathroom. That is my favorite tile in the whole game. Love that tile. I think it's so cute. I love the flowers. I love the colors. I also added that really cute bathtub with the whale. Love it. So cute. I also love the little light fixture above the mirror. I made it a double sink. I feel like I just feel really happy with how I tied in the colors with the interior style. It feels really cozy to me. Again, I was in the headspace of Gilmore Girls, and even though Gilmore Girls is not this coastal, I was like, I want the Gilmore Girls kind of cozy vibe, and so that's what I went for. I also kind of struggled with this room's color scheme at first. I admit I was going kind of crazy with it at first. Admittedly, I was trying to combine a lot of different colors at once with that, based off that cats and dogs bed, which honestly, I think it's fine to do that. Like, I feel like it's really good to experiment in The Sims. I feel like I've been wanting, like, when I watch Sims videos, I want to watch creators try new things, like try to incorporate multiple, like, wild colors in their builds, try to make it work. I like seeing how they're gonna do that, and I like it when they're experimental. So I was trying to do that with this room, and honestly, I feel like the rug looks okay with the bed. I just couldn't figure out good wallpaper or good curtains, and so I decided to scrap it and just go for something simple because it wasn't worth the effort. Maybe in another build, I can figure out something different. I can come up with ideas in another way. It just wasn't. It wasn't this color scheme's time. It was not the right time. So I'll probably do that another time. But I was, for a while here, you can see me experimenting with different curtains and things like that. But eventually I just settle on boring blue. It matches the rug really nicely though. Also, my game kept doing this thing where it just lags really, really, really bad. My game lags and then it freezes. Thank God it doesn't just crash completely, but it does lag out like that. So it kept doing that. So if you see me pause, that's what it is. I do think this room, even though it wasn't the cute, crazy color scheme that I was thinking of originally, I feel like it matches the rest of the house really nicely, especially for a guest bedroom. Guest bedrooms typically tend to fit the rest of the interior. Bedrooms are more personalized, but with guest bedrooms, you can kind of make it look more cohesive. So I do think it was a good choice to make it fit the blue coastal theme. I think it worked out in the end. This is me. Okay, so I did not know what to do with this space, so I decided to turn it into a kids playroom because I already had an office downstairs and I already had an easel in the office. So I was like, okay, playroom would be really cute. So this is how the family is in my head. So there's a teenager. There's two teenagers. I think maybe one is more of a preteen, and then there's a child sim, and you have the two parents, and then you have the grandma. And I think the grandma might live with them downstairs. In my mind, it was either a grandma or an aunt. And I could also see it being an aunt because the room downstairs, is a little bit youthful, I feel like, with the colors. So yeah, that was how it was in my head. So that playroom is for the child. This is one of the teenager bedrooms. And again, I wanted to experiment with crazy colors and trying to combine things. So I based it off of that high school year's door. I wanted to incorporate those three colors. And I found a perfect bed from high school years, of course. And I also added that wallpaper. Admittedly, I was a little bit nervous to combine 3 different wallpapers in one room, but I think it kind of looks okay because you have 2 pretty basics and then you have 2 matching wallpaper. So I think it looked okay. Also, I think that's the knitting crocheting pack, and that furniture works perfectly with the color scheme. I felt like it had the right blue, it had the colors, it just feels really nice. And in my head, this sim is kind of like does crocheting and art and like maybe film in my head. I really loved the color scheme in this room. I thought it was really, really fun, and I felt like I managed to work the colors in together in a really nice way. I was kind of worried that I wouldn't be able to, but I think I need to be a little bit nicer to myself when I do this because I think it turns out okay. So I honestly think this is like my favorite room that I've done. It's really cute. I think it works really well. I would totally be friends with this sim. Like, they just seem so vibrant and fun, and I try to throw a lot of personality in. I was kind of worried at the end. I had a bookcase, and I was kind of worried that it was going to make it feel cramped, but as you can see, I don't really know what else to put in that space. So I added not just a bookcase, it was kind of like a wardrobe as well. It functions as both a bookcase and a wardrobe. And I was worried it's a little bit cramped, but you know what? If it is, it is. I think it fills up the space quite nicely. Also, I have not playtested this house. I will have it on the gallery if you guys want to download this. But again, I haven't playtested this, so if you would like to play with it, you're probably gonna need to try that out and adjust things as they are. Maybe I will playtest in the future. Right now, I just want to build and just get things out, and I don't feel like going in and testing everything right now. I'm so sorry. I know that's a bit of an inconvenience for everyone, but you know, that's just how it is. So here I am moving on to the backyard, and also it's kind of a weird thing to struggle with, but I was struggling with like the color scheme in the backyard because I wanted it to like have color, but none of the backyard stuff was the stuff that I wanted. So it just, you know, I just went with basics because that was what looked best. The whites and the light woods and things like that. And honestly, I'm not too happy with the backyard. I think it looks kind of cozy and you can do a lot of stuff there, and I like the fairy lights I had here, but I don't know. It just feels small and kind of boring. And I might just be hard on myself, which is very possible. But I'm not in love with this backyard. It's like okay at the very least. I feel like I maybe could have added a little bit more actual grass space for the kids to play in. Like, all I really had room for was that one monkey bars. And so, you know, but I was also kind of worried about blocking the view as well, because the cliff view is really, really, really pretty. I did forget to record a good part of the house. So I will go into the game and we can look at it together, and I will give you like a full tour for all the people that want to see it. So this is the finished house. You've already seen the exterior. You know what this looks like. But maybe you didn't see the little telescope that I added. I added a cute little telescope to match this room right here, which you have not seen yet because I forgot to record it like an idiot. And there's also this little balcony space that I decorated, which I think is pretty cute too. I added a little bit of a chess table and some planters. You can tell that I've kind of taken inspiration from Little Simsy with the planters and the chess table because I didn't know what to put there, but that's fine. So going downstairs, you can see a really cute entryway. You can have a little bookcase, and you have a little chair that you can sit in, a little mug, and some books. And on this side, you have places to store your shoes and coats and things like that, and a little bit of a hall mirror so that you can see yourself before you leave the house. If you go this way, you have the living room, which again, I think turned out really, really, really cute. I'm really happy with this living room. I think it looks really nice. Turn this way, you have the kitchen, the dining room, little nook with, of course, books. You have a hutch over here. This way you have a little bit of an office. I added an easel in here so that you can paint if you wanted to get some more skill things going. And I also have the family computer right there as well. If you go this way, you have a hall bathroom. You also have another hall bathroom, but this one's a little bit bigger because I was thinking that this guest bedroom could use this bigger bathroom for showering and things like that. So this is the guest bedroom. It has a queen-sized bed, and I think the color scheme is really cute. It's very light, it's very airy. You have a bookcase, you have some pictures, and then a little plant. I love this plant, by the way. I use this through the whole house. I think it worked really well. This is the playroom. I really like how colorful it is. You have these cupcakes. You also have a little really, really, really cute bear chair. And then you have a little bit of a toddler potty in case you wanted to add a toddler to your house. I don't know why it would be in the playroom. I just added it there last minute. Whatever. It's fine. Also a bookcase that you can sit down and read. That's it for the downstairs. We'll go to the backyard a little bit later. So this is the hallway. I didn't really know what to add. I thought maybe you could add your family pictures here because this seems like a very nice family home. So you can add your legacy family pictures there. This is the first teenager bedroom, which you did see because I did remember to record it. I added some clutter right here with the board games. I did change out the desk to make it match the nightstand. I thought the knitting stuff and the crafting activities would look really nice with everything else. I thought it matched the color scheme. Overall, this room turned out really, really, really nice. I really like the bedspread. I would totally stay there. Here's another room that you did not see. This is a room that leads out to the balcony that you saw earlier with the telescope. It's more of a preteen, teenager room. I really like this bean bag. I thought it worked really well. Also, this person is a really big fan of a sports team. Is it kind of obnoxious? Yes. Did I want it to be obnoxious? Also, yes. I thought it was really fitting if they just had everything of this specific team. I thought it was really funny. You also have a desk here, some awards. I don't know if you can access these things. I'm assuming you can access the guitar, but I don't know if you can access the punching bag, so you might need to playtest that. Moving on to the little girl's room. I think this room is so adorable. She looks like a little princess. It's very pink. It matches the playroom downstairs pretty nicely. You can play cards here. You can read books. This bookshelf fit perfectly in the little nook. I thought it was perfect. I think these curtains are really cute as well. And then you have a toy box. You also have a hall bathroom. I think I really like the color scheme in this bathroom. It's very teal, like turquoise, and I really like it. Moving on to the master bedroom. So I wanted this to match the downstairs kind of style, the light blues, creams, traditional coastal style. So that's what I went for. I went for this bed, and I Honestly, I think the colors look really good together. The grays and like the muted blues, and I just think it looks really, really, really nice. And it looks like two middle-aged parents live here, so I think I did my job. I added a piano, and I also added this really cute vanity that I think maybe the mom could use. And then if you go through this doorway, you can go out to the master bathroom. They get their own bath. This is a really nice shower. And then they just got their regular sink and toilet. And then they have this big door that leads out to the balcony with the chess table and the plants that you saw. So that is the entire interior of the house. This is the backyard. You have a pool floaty. You have some seating area for if you want to eat outside. You have some lounge chairs. You have, some more seating out here if you want to sit here and grill. And some more planters in case you want to garden. And then you also have some monkey bars here for the kid. And then if you look this way, oh my gosh, you get to see the really pretty lighthouse from your backyard. And I think you can also, in live mode, you can, I think you can maybe go down there, possibly. I don't know if you can for sure. I don't really play here a lot, but I think you can access the beach somehow. Yeah, because there's the fishing post down there. So yeah, this is the final house. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the house. If you have any recommendations or states you want me to do, maybe you want me to do your state, I'm totally open to suggestions. So let me know if you want anything in the comments. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!